Hail, 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 welcome back to the Knight's Mare. I'm your host, the Lore Knight, galactic storyteller, artist, and seeker of the lore. It's good to be back with you again this week. Been looking forward to this one ever since the end of my last stream last week. Crazy stuff's been happening, man. It's a crazy time in Star Wars, and actually something just broke today as I was turning my stream on. News just broke. So we're going to get into that. We're going to see what you think about that. But, yeah, we'll wait for a second while people hop in the stream. How's it going? My week? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about my week. Just a short thing here because it's been a bit of a stressful week on the Knight's Mare. Now I'm miles and miles away. I'm somewhere in the Outer Rim, somewhere near Nar Shaddaa, I think. My system is still down for navigation, so I'm still trying to figure out where I am in the galaxy. But as of right, it looks like I'm by Saturn if you look out my window there. But yeah, so I own an outpost on Kijimi, and funnily enough, I heard news coming out of Earth that there was a giant snowstorm across the country. Now on Kijimi, we had a snowstorm as well. My outpost there was, I stopped there from time to time to, switch out gear, to go and kind of, buy some cheap parts for my ship, the Knight's Mare, from the Pikes or whoever's there selling stuff. But yeah, it got damaged pretty bad. It got a little bit wiped out from the snowstorm. So yeah, that's been my week. It's going to take thousands of credits to repair, but I'm going to try to go do a couple side quests and get the credits I need. But yeah, so that's been my week. It's been a little stressful. It's okay. It's just a little bit of snow and ice and kind of hitting my outpost like a wampa, but that's fine. So let's get into the breaking news today because this is exciting. We got nothing has happened in the past couple years. I feel like there's been no news at all, but now we got all this news to go over. So here's something that just dropped. Let me go to the site here. Anyway, how was your week? Were you affected by the snowstorm? Does it feel like Hoth out there? It did to me. Yeah. No. So, but yeah. So let me see if I have my chat up here. Make sure I don't miss any messages from you guys. Go ahead and say hi in the chat if you're watching, just so I can see you there. Thanks for coming aboard the Knight's Mare, my crew. And we're going to bring up, okay, let's bring this up. So I got my monitor, share my monitor. Here we go. This is from the Holo files. Here's the breaking news of the day here. Maybe even the week. Just weeks after the announcement that Dave Filoni would succeed Kathleen Kennedy as co-president of Lucasfilm, a big update about his upcoming Mandoverse crossover project has dropped. So I don't know if you remember, but earlier in the week I did a video kind of saying that the Mandoverse might be over. It might be shelved forever. Like many of the other Star Wars projects that we were supposed to have. The Mandoverse, the big Avenger style movie that they were supposed to do with Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Skeleton Crew, even Skeleton Crew. Jodna Nawad was going to come back for it. Man, it was going to be awesome. But yeah, the last thing we heard was that they shelved it, but this just came out hours ago, guys. So, as reported by insider Daniel Richtman, I don't know much about Daniel Richtman, but he put it out over his Patreon. Filoni's movie is being redeveloped into a limited series for Disney+. This would mark quite the shift for the project, which was initially teased during Disney Investor Day in 2020. So they've been planning this for quite a while. looks like 6 years now. Why did nothing come of it? And later officially announced during the Star Wars Celebration Europe 2023. The project, which we theorize will be a loose adaptation of Timothy Zahn's novel Heir to the Empire. Whoa, we're getting Heir to the Empire? Really? I mean, what do these characters though have in common with Heir to the Empire other than it's after the Empire's ending, you know? I don't know. All right. Well, yeah, so they're going to do a loose adaptation of Heir to the Empire. I mean, Luke Skywalker would have to come back for that, right? It'll feature characters from The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, that's what I just said, facing off against Grand Admiral Thrawn. An Avengers-style crossover project like this is clearly ambitious and seemingly necessitated being told on the big screen. Absolute. Look, I don't really want to, I mean, as much as I like the TV shows, because we get more of the Star Wars in those instead of just like 2.5 hours. But I feel like this has got to be a movie. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want a movie? An Avengers if the new report is to be believed, however, this thinking has changed. So, yeah, again, take this with a grain of salt because this person seems like, I don't know. Are they BSing? I mean, it says insider. Is this person an actual insider or not? The news comes just months before The Mandalorian and Grogu hits theaters and brings the beloved characters from Disney Plus onto the big screen. It also comes as Ahsoka Season 2, which recently wrapped production, remains the only announced live-action Star Wars show on the horizon. Yeah, because we're not getting a Mandalorian Season 4 as of right now. Recent reports have suggested that Lucasfilm is pivoting away from Disney Plus towards theatrical releases again, but Rickman's scoop seemingly counters this as it relates to Filoni's movie. Who is this Rickman? Who is this? Bring him before me. If you ask us, we think the status of Filoni's Mandoverse project remains up in the air. We think it'll come to fruition, but the medium in which it does is unclear. Yeah, I mean, I feel like all those shows did well enough to make something of it, and, you know, as much as I want more movies, maybe it would be nice to have a show. Because that gives us more to watch. It gives us more to talk about. And that's kind of like what there he is, Dave Filoni. I'm here, guys. I'm here to save the Star Wars. He is. He's here to save the galaxy, I'm telling you. I keep saying that over and over again. And do you know what? That's perfect point for our next point of contention here. There's been a massive, and I mean absolutely massive, campaign against Dave Filoni, and it's only grown in size since the last we spoke about it. We need to talk about this. We cannot have this. Not now. Not at the time that leadership is changing. That's what everybody wanted, wasn't it? I thought everybody wanted new leadership. I thought everybody wanted, Kathleen Kennedy gone, and now we have new leadership. We have the guy who studied under the creator of Star Wars, George Lucas himself, and still people are angry. What do they want? Do they want Star Wars to be destroyed? I don't know. Do they want content for their YouTube channels? Because I'll tell you what, rage baiting content like Star Wars is dead, everything is crap, absolutely everything put out, don't go see it. It gets way better clicks than, hey guys, look at the new Skeleton Crew show, it was really good. Nobody's gonna want to click on that, but we'll see. I think I don't think it's them though. I think a lot of people are angry that, what was I gonna say? I think a lot of the fans of the sequels are angry that Kathleen Kennedy's stepping down. Maybe, like this guy, Jeremy what was I going to look at this X article? He's been writing X articles. The Grogu generation, why Star Wars' next big hit is already here. No, that's not the one I wanted to look at. There were a few funny memes, and I think I lost them now. There were like memes about, so there's like memes going around about Dave Filoni, and they're saying it came out that Dave Filoni hates beagles. He wants all beagles to be thrown into a pit and burnt. It's like, dude, because all these articles keep coming out. Not articles, but fan theories that Dave Filoni hates Star Wars. I don't know where they're getting that, man. He's been making Star Wars for years and years now. What do you think, though? Let me know in the comments. Like, I'm not trying to like shill for Dave Filoni, but like he's the best choice, I think. I don't know. Change my mind. Here's some screenshots from the from the characters that are supposed to be in this. Got Thrawn. Actually, do you know what? Let's go back to Thrawn. What do you think about Thrawn in live action, and the actor that plays him? Do you think that like he's a good Thrawn or what? I haven't watched Ahsoka for a while, but I don't know. I thought he should have been more like quiet or something. There's Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, and we got Jodin and Nahwood, dude. I want to see him in action, like actually in action, not like fighting kids, because that was a little, that was a little weak. I have to say, at the end there, Jod was like trying to hold off these kids, but I would like to see him like as a pirate in actual action. And there's so we have Ahsoka there. Okay. So that's that. And let's see. See this I'm going to talk about this in a minute. I don't even want to look at that right now. Hold on. Let's just keep it. Let's take it easy here. The new Night Trooper image from Ahsoka Season 2. I don't think I showed this off yet. Check this out, though. There's the Night Trooper. Of course, the zombie troopers in Ahsoka. And they are talking about, again, they're talking about that Star Wars horror series by Tony Gilroy. I think Tony Gilroy is coming back. I don't know, though. Don't quote me on that. But there's the Night Trooper armor. Looks cool. They'll probably have something out by Halloween. That's my guess. I think they'll probably do a little spin-off right before Halloween comes out, and we got the zombie troopers. That's awesome, man. Hopefully they base it on the old Legends books. Should be even better. I'm not even going to talk about that right now, guys. Oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, okay. So taking a little break from all the drama. Here's when filming the OG Star Wars trilogy, Peter Mayhew, Chewbacca, which I met him before. He was cool. He was real cool. Would really speak to Harrison Ford in the scenes. So when Solo's reacting, he's reacting to the actual dialogue and not just the Wookiee sounds. Let's take a listen to this. Let me put these are my old headphones, man. Let's take a listen. I gotta plug them in. Jeez. All right.
Lights, landing lights. Everything burning, thank you. Right. Background action.
These work. These do not work. I need more. So here's...
Lights, landing lights. Everything burning, thank you. Right. Action.
What? Where the hell have you been? Where have you been?
All right, don't lose your temper. I'll come right back and give you a hand.
Where you going?
To make my report.
Tell him we're leaving then.
All right, I'll tell him.
I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if you can hear it. I have no clue. My audio might be low, but it was funny because he was like, "What? What do you want? I'm coming already." So Chewie is actually saying that. He's that's kind of a lot different than I thought it was gonna be. Chewie, you know, you always think he's this lovable fluff ball until he rips your arms off, but this was kind of eye-opening. He's like, "What the?
Where the hell have you been?
Where the hell have you been?" He said, "Where the hell have you been?" In the original trilogy, so that was kind of funny. Yeah, he's a salty old pirate in the original trilogy. What's this AI slop, as everybody calls it? It looks cool though, man. I'm not gonna lie. Let's not have that music on there, but yeah, that looks cool, man. That looks pretty cool. That's not slop. That's cool. I'm gonna turn the sound off. There. It is a lot better with the music. But yeah, that's insane, dude. I mean, you would think they could just spit out more Star Wars stuff for us. Anyway, I thought that was cool. I wanted to share that. I don't want to play the music. George Lucas liked Kenobi. This is a very old tweet, but I don't think we went over it. So let's look at it here. Culture Crave. This is old. George Lucas's thoughts on Star Wars Disney projects. So let's see what George Lucas actually thought about all this. Let's see what George Lucas thought about The Force Awakens. It said he didn't like it. There's nothing new, and there weren't enough visual or technical leaps forward. Okay. So we got Rogue One. He called Tony Gilroy after seeing it and talked for 45 minutes to let him know how much he loved it. Yeah. Everybody loves Rogue One. Even George. And then we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. George Lucas reportedly liked it and thought it was great and how it brought forward and celebrated the prequels. I liked Obi-Wan too. But a lot of people are still against it. Tell me, what do you think about it? I'd like to hear from the Knights Mare crew. I'd like to hear from my viewers. I want to hear from you guys so that we could talk about it. Because Obi-Wan, I still want a season 2. I don't know about you. I mean, yeah, yes, again, it did break the lore a little, just a tiny bit, you know. Just little things here and there, like, I don't know, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader meeting before their meeting in the Death Star. Like, what was that? But still, okay. It was still cool to see Ewan McGregor back. I don't know. Hail Austin Snow in the chat. Rogue One was epic. Yeah, I agree. I could probably watch it again. I kind of want to watch it again. I mean, Andor. We got some with Andor, but yeah, I definitely want to see Rogue One again. Obi-Wan was kind of okay, so that's your take on it. Yeah, I mean, I thought I didn't like seeing him like as a hermit, kind of without his force powers, but I mean, obviously that's what happens in the movie. So, but I did enjoy seeing him come back as a prequel kid. I grew up in the prequel era. You know, I went to see episode 1 and episode 2 and episode 3 in the theaters. You know, I was a kid back then, so Obi-Wan was obviously my favorite, and it was just cool to see him. Maybe it's nostalgia, I don't know, but yeah, it was all right. It probably could have been written a little better. You know, you had Leia in there, which they weren't supposed to meet yet either, but man, I don't know. I think they could have just made I think they could have made a cooler story for it, honestly. Like, still have all the Vader stuff, but because it was cool to see Hayden back too, but you know, there's lots of enemies on Tatooine. There's the Sand People, there's, you know, just so many things that you could do with pull from Legends. I think if I would tell Disney anything, it'd be to pull from Legends. Like, there's so much going on there. Sorry, I gotta lean over to see my chat. I know. All right, I'm checking the chat, SQ. Hold on. And Obi-Wan trying to communicate with Qui-Gon. Yeah, dude, that was awesome. It is great to see Qui-Gon back in anything. He's so old now, dude, but it is cool to see him. That right there made it kind of worth it, you know, the entire show. And the hits we took on the lore, whatever. I know I'm supposed to be the lore knight, but it's just like, dude, just give me some good Star Wars now. Okay, how did George Lucas feel about The Last Jedi? Thought it was beautifully made. That was the only thing he said about The Last Jedi, which, you know, there were some nice shots in there, I guess. Anyway, that's that. That's George Lucas's thoughts on the Disney Star Wars stuff. Here's some new images from Starfighter. Are they new? Maybe not. But here's some images from Starfighter. We got Ryan Gosling. He looks like he's ready to rock. He looks like he's happy to be in Star Wars. I mean, he always kind of looks like this. He's always just like, I don't know. But yeah, I would be thrilled to be. I mean, look at him. He's having a blast out there on the freaking high seas. This kid's like, yeah, I'm the next Anakin. Is this a Skywalker? Is this Mara Jade's son? Somebody tell me. How old is Liam Neeson? How old is Liam Neeson? SQR3, how old is Liam Neeson? You don't know? Liam Neeson. I'm just gonna do this right now. Age, how old? He's 73, guys. Qui-Gon Jinn is 73. My gosh. We need to get him on more stuff. Come on. I mean, jeez. All right, well, that's not that old. I mean, really, it's not. It just depends how you age. He's still out there making, like, freaking action movies. I mean, technically, it was a comedy. What was that last movie he made? It was a comedy. It's hard to recall things whenever you're, like, talking live. Naked Gun, that was it. Yeah. He's still out there kicking ass, so, like, bring back Qui-Gon, dude. Even for one episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2, just have him, like, I don't know, doing something cool. He's usually just talking, though. Where are we at? Okay, let me bring my screen back up. Wow. Yeah. We gotta get him in more stuff for sure. There's another picture there. He's got the tight pants on. Must be for the ladies. Yeah, those are, man, that does not look too comfortable. That's like the only scene we have so far of them. And then them sitting on a land speeder. And obviously, if you missed it, oh my gosh. Why do I have Leonardo DiCaprio stuck in my head? Never mind. They just filmed a fight scene. Tom Cruise just filmed a fight scene, a lightsaber duel in murky water. So if you missed that, that was pretty cool because now we know there's going to be Jedi and possibly Sith in Starfighter. These are old tweets. Here's my friend, the Star Wars Closet. Are we going to talk about politics? Let's not. I'm not going to talk about it unless I'm asked about it, but he's basically saying here that, you know, I'm not talking about politics, I'm talking about Star Wars, and that's how it should be. I was going to get into it, guys, but I don't know. Sometimes I want to. I'm just like, I want to talk about politics, but I'm just like, nah, because I expect that from Disney to not talk about it, so I don't want to talk about it either. Maybe I will later. Disney, okay, so here was the article. I don't know if this ever went anywhere, but I talked about this last week. Bob Iger leaving Star Wars. Where are all my... Oh my gosh. What? K-Vess is on my feet. Okay, these are really old, guys. I had some... Here, let me pull something else up here. How's everyone doing out there? let me just go back to my notes here because I got some good stuff to talk about here. We got to talk about some Maul because Darth Maul is the man of the hour right now. Everyone's talking about it. Here we go. All right, so here is the article I want to go through today. Let me get a little bigger. You can see. This just came out yesterday. This week in a galaxy far, far away, what Maul Shadow Lord means for Star Wars. So we got this big show coming up. Maul Shadow Lord, and then we also have the comic book that's coming before it, which I am definitely going to read that and review it on the stream. Whenever it does come out, I already have it reserved, so when it comes out, we're going to talk about it. Okay, so this week in a galaxy far, far away. Again, this is starwarsnews.net. The Lucasfilm succession period is now over, and we have 2 new co-presidents, obviously. And though we all thought this would be it for the news cycle for a little bit, I know they actually had different plans. We have a new trailer for Maul Shadow Lord as well as a release date. I can't remember if I showed the trailer or not. Did I? Do we want to show the trailer? You've already seen it. And we also have a new character spotlight on Darth Talon. Yeah, I just did. Excuse me. I just did a short about that. I just did a video, the who's who in Maul Shadow Lord, and it's really interesting. I kind of went through all the new characters. There's a detective. I can't think of his name right now. There's Darth Talon, possibly. We don't know if she's Darth Talon or not yet. Which dropped in a few hours after the Maul trailer. I'll let you figure out why. Speaking of the trailer, Tyler, Tom, and Luke talked about... Okay, what's this? Promoting their show. Okay. Let's get to the good news here. Yeah, where did this go? Because I was going to talk about Taika Waititi. It was no coincidence that the Maul Shadow Lord trailer dropped at the end of the first week of Dave Filoni and Lin-Win Brennan's tenure atop Lucasfilm. It's a trailer targeted at core Star Wars fans with an underlying message for those who follow the news, that despite the leadership transition, this is business as usual at the company. Well, again, I talked about that last week. You know, Dave Filoni can't be blamed for everything right now. He's taking over, but he's got this massive freaking Imperial Star Destroyer dreadnought to steer a little to the right or a little to the left, wherever he's taking it. But it's still, I mean, it's still moving at about 1,000,000 miles an hour, I'm sure, for him. But Maul Shadow Lord is business as usual. That's like one of the coolest things that's come out since Mandalorian, probably. I don't know. So I don't know what they're talking about here. We're not taking a break. We're just focused on and determining on bringing you what you want to see as we were before. If you want to see a detailed analysis of the various story hints inside the trailer, okay, they're talking about their break. They're just talking about their channel here. I expected this show to come out during the first half of the year, and either time... Now, I'm angry. I'm just as angry as when my outpost on Kijimi went down. Based on the trailer, I suspect that the team would like to tell the story of Darth Maul and Devon Izara. I still can't get that. Is it Devon or Devon? I think it's Devon, because I think Devon sounds like a white kid name. A white boy name. Devon. In the suburbs, you know what I mean? Devon. It's dinner. Okay, anyway. Devon Izara for a longer run than this season alone. And perhaps the shorter episode count is more a symbol of a constrained budget. Right? Okay. Wow. That was a great article, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Star Wars News. Wonderful. StarWarsNews.net, everyone. Just giving... Just... Alright. They must have known I was going to read that. That's cool. Terrible. Awful. Okay. Moving on. Let me just play this music 1 second for you while I bring this next one up. Okay, here it is. Sorry about that. I just, I don't like to be unprepared for these. Here's the monitor. Here's the video. We're going to look at Rian Johnson. Again, this is like a lot of drama in the Star Wars universe right now. But
in terms of Star Wars,
here's
the same answer, man.
Here's your
Star
favorite
Wars fan,
director,
I'm excited to see what,
Rian Johnson, on Kathleen Kennedy stepping down.
Talking about change, Ryan, I wonder, what was your reaction to Kathleen Kennedy stepping down, and where do you think the Star Wars franchise might go from here?
I don't know where it's gonna go. I mean, I love Kathy, and I'm excited now to see what she does next. And in terms of Star Wars, kind of the same answer, man. As a Star Wars fan, I'm excited to see what. The most exciting thing for me is always seeing when they bring in fresh voices and fresh filmmakers who come in and tell new stories in that world. So that's why I'm looking forward to seeing more happen.
Is it a world you'd ever return to?
See, I thought he was gonna troll there for a second, because he always has like a little jab to get it. He is always trolling, and it is kind of entertaining to watch him, because he's always poking. He pokes the bear, the Star Wars fandom bear. Ugh, that sounds gross.
I mean, I had the time of my life doing it, and I'm now even a bigger Star Wars fan than I was going into it. So I would feel blessed if that ever happened.
Just when I thought he wasn't gonna troll, he's like, "I'm a bigger Star Wars now than I ever was." It is funny. I mean, it wasn't happen. It wasn't funny when it happened, but it is funny to watch now. Kind of, he's just like, he's a massive troll. What? Inuit life? Oh, here we go. Here's Taika Waititi, guys. This is some new news here. Movie. Okay. Taika Waititi says his upcoming Star Wars movie will focus on new characters. I was trying to work in a world. Well, let's just let him say it.
For me to do.
Are you interested in using the characters that exist before, or are you really interested in creating new characters?
I was trying to just work in a world where, it felt a little bit separate to that, because, they've got so many things going on which are still within that space, and I just feel like, for me to do something there, it would need to be a little different and a little bit more its own thing.
Are you interested in using the characters that exist before, or are you really interested in creating new characters?
I was trying to just work in a world where, it felt a little bit separate to that, because, they've got so many things going on which are still within that space, and I just feel like, for me to do something there, it would need to be a little different and a little bit more its own.
Okay. So that was, basically saying, I'm not going to be using any characters, any legacy characters at all. Any characters from the original trilogy or prequels. So that's going to be a weird, I don't know what he's going to do. If he's not using any characters, it must be in the future. Maybe it's after Starfighter. Who knows? Taika Waititi, he did direct a couple episodes of The Mandalorian, if I remember correctly, and they were some good episodes, but we'll see. I don't know. He's gonna he's doing his own thing. Is it gonna be a comedy? We don't know. Is it? Here's another quote.
Interview. Praise your script. What can you tease about what you bring to that world that we might have not seen before?
I think you've seen it before, but I'm just trying to sort of go back and harness a little more of the fun, from the original films, which is what I remember. The stakes were very high, and there were serious things going on, but also there was a lot of fun to be had in those films, and so that's what I was trying to bring back.
Okay, so I do agree with him here, and a lot of fans are upset about this online. I mean, fans are always upset about one thing or another. Believe me, I know from my comment section. But yeah, he's basically saying he's trying to bring back some fun. Some of the, like A New Hope was kind of funner, I guess. Funner in a way. You know what I mean? Like the first episode of the first movie of Harry Potter was like funner, then it got dark. But he's saying he's trying to bring back some of that lightheartedness to it while still having serious stakes, which, I mean, don't go as far as Skeleton Crew light, you know what I mean? But keep it that spirit of Star Wars. I think that's a good thing. But a lot of fans are hating on it. They're saying, normally like the Andor super fans who think that Andor's the best in the world, the best Star Wars ever, better than the original trilogy, want to see just dark, gritty stuff. But I think Star Wars does kind of need that, that sense of, I don't know, hope. You know what I mean? Like there just didn't seem to be any hope in a show like Andor. Like, I know that they kept saying the word hope, but it didn't look too hopeful at all. And they all died at the end anyway. So, but yeah, it'll be I think that's good, but we'll see. I don't know. He's kind of a jokey guy, he's kind of a trickster. Oh, then we got this. I thought this was freaking hilarious. Let me turn the sound on. There's no sound to it. I don't know why I thought it was so funny. I don't know why I'm showing it on here, because it's not as funny now. I'm showing it on here. But that's Admiral Akbar doing some kind of anime move with a TIE fighter. I don't know. Maybe I'm a boomer now. I think this kind of stuff's funny. I thought it was funny. But what anime is that from? I know that's got to be from an anime. Anyway, let's move on. Come on. So here's the next thing that I am actually excited about, and I can't wait to get these comics. We got the Shadow of Maul comic. If you're still in the comics, I know it's kind of a dying medium, but I'm still into comics. I buy comics all the time. Let me show you. Look, I just got this one. Where's my Star Wars? Not this. This is Deadpool Batman. That's not... Who did I buy that for? Where's my comics I just got? I'll have to get my comic books out. I'm reading all the Star Wars. I'll show you. Why not? We have time. Just give me 1 second. So, I'm reading through these now because I like buy comic books and then I don't read them forever. I'm about to have the entire series of Star Wars here if I don't start reading these. So I'm working on these now. This is like the introduction to Star Wars. That's the Battle of Jakku. I'll tell you what, I'm not happy with the start of this series at all, dude. Luke Skywalker is not... he's not very Luke Skywalker in these, but that's the Battle of Jakku, and then it went to the Republic Under Siege. Anyway, I know I'm being a comic nerd here, but here we go. There's Star Wars #1. I'm gonna be working on that. Maybe we'll get some lore out of that. Who knows? I mean, it's no Heir to the Empire. It's no not Heir to the Empire, but yeah. But I'm working on the Star Wars series. Try to see what's going on in the newer canon, because I gotta know. Here's a bunch of crap. And I'm dipping my toe into these High Republic comic books. What do you think? Are these any good? Have you read these? But I got this too. High Republic. Is it good? I don't know. Check that out, man. That's pretty cool, though. It's a Deadpool. I got that a while ago. Deadpool #1. Now my comics are all messed up. There's Legacy of Vader. Are you still excited about Kylo Ren? What do you think? Do you think they're going to make the Kylo Ren movie? I don't know. What was I showing? Oh, I'm also reading this manga, because manga is the new big thing. I want to review this. It's a little bit, there's a lot of humor in it, and it does get a little bit dark though, but yeah, I'm still working on this. I don't have the time, but this is Path of the Lightsaber. It's like the new canon thing. I don't know. It's about a girl. Just a girl and her lightsaber. Sounds like current day Star Wars to me. But then we got, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Echoes of the Empire is coming out. Now this comic book series is the new, basically, it's a bellwether, okay? I still have to put my video, that video will be out tomorrow. It's going to be a longer one, so please watch it if you want to, because there's a lot of good stuff in there. But I'll give you a preview right now. So Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Echoes of the Empire is a bellwether of what is coming in Star Wars, and they're changing the park up, and that's always kind of the first sign of what's to come for Star Wars, because I don't know why they changed the parks first. Maybe because the parks pay out the most at this point, but yeah, they're doing a new comic book series to basically explain why Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo are coming back, and why the change. Why are they taking Kylo Ren? Why are they taking Rey and all the sequel people out of the parks and putting in the original trilogy back? I guess we'll find out. So this comic is going to be very important for this time, I feel like, in the Star Wars fandom. So I'm going to be looking at that. I will share it with you. Don't even worry about it. If you're not a comic book reader, I wouldn't even worry about it, because I'm going to bring that to you right here on the live stream one of these Tuesdays or maybe Mondays. Here's the complete Star Wars schedule coming out if you're interested. Just a little refresher. April 6th, 2026, Maul Shadow Lord. May 22nd, 2026, Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and the rest are TBA. So we got the ninth Jedi, Star Wars Zero Company, which is that video game I did a short on a while ago. Are you gonna play that? It's like a strategy game. I don't know. I'm more into either first person shooters or open world adventure games, but we'll see. Star Wars Galactic Racer. Are you into racing games? You could fly your very own, not a pod racer. It should be a pod racing game. That's coming out sometime 2026. Star Wars Celebration Los Angeles, April 1st through the 4th, 2027. Let's all go to that. I think we're going to go to that. There's also a huge fan campaign against that now, against Star Wars Celebration. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because, oh my gosh, dude. It all goes back to politics, okay? I feel like all of these fan campaigns, except for bring the Kylo Ren movie back, is about politics. But Star Wars Celebration should be good. It's like a drive away from me in LA. So can I go? Maybe. Yeah, I might be there. I'm going to bring the helmet. Star Wars Starfighter coming out May 28th, 2027. That's still a while away. And then all the TBA projects. Here's the trash pit of the Star Wars film series here, because they just have rumors, then they throw them out. So there's Ahsoka season 2. I don't think that has a release date yet. Then we got James Mangold's Shireen Obaid Chinoy's movie. That's never happening. Taika Waititi, apparently that is happening. Simon Kinberg trilogy, that's going to be Old Republic. I'm calling it right now. Simon Kinberg trilogy is going to be Old Republic. They're bringing it back. What do you think about that? Do you want to see Revan Do you want to see Revan on the big screen? Dave Filoni's movie, Star Wars Jedi 3, guys, that's going to be this year. I think Jedi 3 is coming out this year. If you're into the Star Wars games, Eclipse is never happening. Knights of the Old Republic remake, that's coming soon. And then Fate of the Old Republic, that's way far. That's like 5 years from now. I don't know if you remember whenever the trailer came out for Fate of the Old Republic a while ago. It was like a few weeks ago, but I was hyped. Everyone was all hyped about this game, right? We're just like, oh yeah, finally. It's the spiritual successor to Knights of the Old Republic. It's going to be awesome. Look, it's Darth Malik's ship, the Leviathan in the ground. Look, there's HK, an HK unit walking with him. This game's going to be awesome. She's fighting a big Sith monster. And then it came out like the day after, dude. And he was like, yeah, it'll be out in the next 5 years for sure. And everybody was like, are you kidding me? What? Why would you even release it? Why would you even release the trailer 5 years early? Who knows where we'll be in 5 years? World War III, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. Elon Musk. Why did I save this? Why did I bookmark Elon Musk tweet? Oh. For quality of life, it's better to err on the side of being an optimist and wrong, rather than a pessimist and right. Yeah. I don't know why I bookmarked that. Oh, because I retweeted it and I said that's kind of like how I feel about... That's where I am with Star Wars now. I want to be an optimist and wrong, rather than a pessimist about it and right. You know what I mean? Maybe being a pessimist will get me more views, though. Who knows? But I want to be an optimist about it, man. About Star Wars, man. I want to be like excited about stuff. Why is that? Why is that, Lore Knight? Are you trying to just be a shill for Disney? Are you a Disney shill, bro? No, I'm not. I'm not a Disney shill at all. In fact, the thing that brought me to YouTube, the reason I started watching YouTube, like, probably unhealthily back in the day was The Last Jedi. Okay, now, I've softened my stances since then, and I'll tell you why. Is this interesting? Is it? Do you care? I care because I want to tell you like why I'm still excited about Star Wars. Why I'm acting like I am acting like a Star Wars shill. That's because I'm excited. Now, why are you doing that, Lore Knight? Why do you want Star Wars to succeed? Well, let me tell you. SQ. I want Star Wars to succeed. Yes, I know, but I want Star Wars to succeed because new leadership is in place. The culture is going a different way. We're done with kind of a lot of the weird stuff. Why is this up? Whoa, what happened there? Oh my gosh. All right. We're done with a lot of the weird stuff that happened, and I'm excited about Star Wars again. And I'm a little bit angry. I'm a little bit angry at people that I used to watch that kind of say now, they're like, well, Star Wars is dead and there's no coming back from it. Okay. If you think Star Wars is dead, that's cool. But my thought process on this is, hey guys, let's just try to enjoy some Star Wars again. No, it's not the original trilogy. They'll never make an original trilogy again. But personally, I want to see Star Wars succeed. I want to see new cool stuff come out because I'm a Star Wars fan. If that makes me a shill, then I'm shilling for Star Wars, not Disney. I don't care about Disney, dude. You know, but I want to see it succeed. And I see a lot of people out there still, like, I'm not trying to talk trash on anybody in particular, okay, because I still have friends in that area, but in that space in YouTube. But I'm saying, I think that we need to give constructive criticism. And if you're just trying to tear Star Wars down now, it's basically for clicks, honestly, because like, you know, we have new leadership, we have new projects coming out that look interesting. If they're bad, if they're full of like an agenda, then I'll say that. Obviously, I will come out and I'll be the first one out here. This Starfighter's terrible. Did you see that? Did you see that in Starfighter? But yeah, I don't know. I want to give it a chance. And the reason I'm so angry at some of these people is because whenever cool stuff was coming out, I missed it. Okay. Which, hold on a second. I gotta get this off of here. Hold on, because there's still stuff to talk about on here. Why do I keep disappearing? Oh my god. We're having some technical difficulties here. Yeah, the stupid blue thing's in front of my face. Anyway, yeah. Sorry about that. ADHD, you know. So, whenever something cool did come out that I would have normally enjoyed, like Kenobi, okay, the show Kenobi, right? Which, yes, it breaks the lore again, but I missed the show, dude. Like, I watched it, but I was watching it angry, you know? Which ruined the experience for me, I feel like. And I feel like I'm never going to see Ewan McGregor back. Like, I enjoy it now, but like at the time I was like, man, screw this show. This show sucks. It's Disney. Right? And I feel like I was duped a little bit into thinking that. So I was just like, oh, whatever, you know. But I should have just enjoyed it. You know? What do you think? Am I being too soft on Disney on Star Wars right now? I'm looking forward to what they're going to bring to the table coming up, but I don't know, man. It just kind of ruined it for me. And I don't want that to happen again. And now I'm seeing shows like Skeleton Crew are doing very poorly, and that is not the response that show deserved at all. I think people should have given it a chance. I'm liking stuff that's coming out. I don't care. I'll say my opinion. Everybody's opinion's important here. Every Star Wars fan should just give their opinion. Sorry about that. Man, dude, my voice gives out after like an hour. Anyway, that's like kind of where I'm coming from, you know. And if something needs criticized, obviously I'll criticize it. But yeah, that's all. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, so let's move on from that. Now you know kind of where I'm coming from. You know, I'm a little bit angry. I'm a little bit upset. Pardon me. Okay, so we got Star Wars The Direct. Put out these nice high-res stills of Maul and Maul's Shadow Lord. Check these out, man. Doesn't this look cool? I mean, come on. Look at that. How are you not excited for new Star Wars stuff whenever we have this? We got Darth Maul back, man. That's a cool picture right there. I love this image. I'm going to get a tattoo of this. Real big on my back. What? It'll be an absolutely awful show, and I'll be like, damn, why did I do that? No, it looks awesome. There he is, dude. He looks angry there, and just a little bit tired. You know, it's kind of how I feel every day I go into work at 3 a.m. This is how I wake up at 3 a.m. for work. Every single morning. I feel like it's like pure pure rage and anger just held back. And then just like, look at those eyes. He's like tired there. He's just like, what must I deal with now? Like, that is how I feel every single. Oh man. Anyway, I thought that was, whoa. What happened to my? I'm messing up my entire stream, guys. I moved myself over here. Sorry about that. There was my painting though. Still working on it. Yeah. So there's that. There's Maul's tired, angry face. Haggard. I guess you would have this face after being cut in half, you know? If you were cut in half and kind of came back from that, just with pure hatred, you'd feel like that. What are we talking about? Here we go. Here's the trailer for Maul Shadow Lord. You've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it. I'm not going to play it.
Always running. Future
Here's
running.
Darth Talon. These stormtroopers look kind of... Okay, I don't know if you realize this. Look at this, though. I'm sure you have. Being Star Wars fans that know more about Star Wars than I do. Look at these stormtroopers, guys. Look at that. These stormtroopers remind me a lot of Ralph McQuarrie's concept art for stormtroopers. Now, if they had lightsabers and shields, it would complete the look. But yeah, that's a stormtrooper from Ralph McQuarrie's art book right there, which is really cool that they're doing that, dude. It just kind of shows like the level of commitment that they're putting in this show, and it's a good sign. I feel like it's gonna be good. I just now noticed that, like, they're different, and they... Let me bring up a picture of Ralph McQuarrie's Stormtrooper in case you haven't seen it yet. Let's just talk about this for just 1 minute, because it's interesting. Let me go to... Here, I'll play this while I look at this. Yeah, that's it. Check this out. Hold on. I'm bringing it up. So, I haven't heard anybody say this yet, which is why I'm like looking into it right now. But here's Ralph McQuarrie's Stormtrooper right there. That's it, dude. That's the Stormtroopers in the freaking preview. I'm using Bing, so it's not like very good. Hold on. I'll bring up a better image. Here's a good image of it. Check that out. Now that's what's in the trailer right here. This helmet. I can't make it bigger. This helmet there. That's it, dude. Those are the Stormtroopers. Ralph McQuarrie's Stormtroopers. It's awesome. He was, of course, the original concept artist of Star Wars. Everybody knows that, but, you know, I'm a galactic storyteller, so I have to make sure that you get the full story. Ralph McQuarrie basically gave us Star Wars. He was the first one to kind of get the look down. But yeah, that's it. See, here's the Stormtrooper with the shield and the lightsaber, which they were originally supposed to have. It looked like more of a swashbuckling adventure back then. But yeah, that's it, man. That's pretty cool.
Is this...
Let me see. Oh, here's Darth Talon. Oh, we don't know if it's Darth Talon yet, but obviously a red Twi'lek who turned Sith is going to be the new stand-in for Darth Talon. How do you feel about Devin here? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how her character is. I feel like she's going to be like the reverse Ahsoka or something for some reason. I don't know why she's giving me Ahsoka vibes.
It's what our future holds.
I'm not trying to get copyrighted here. Oh, here's, yeah, so she's like a Jedi. So she's fighting the stormtroopers.
Always.
I didn't mean to do like a trailer breakdown today, but I guess it's kind of turning into that. Here's our guy, Detective. Oh, what's his name? Not Brennan. That's the co-boss of Star Wars now. Not Brennan. Who is it? Detective. I just did the video, dude. I can't remember the name.
I invite you to.
I have to read the actual comic, but there's Maul's mugshot. It's not. I guess it's not a mugshot, but it's his like hollow image. Wanted Maul, dead or alive.
Good question.
That's gonna be sick. That's gonna be like a crime noir cop story. I'm looking forward to the show, man. I'm not super into the animated stuff, but this show looks like it's gonna be awesome. I mean, I'm still into it, obviously. I'm into all Star Wars, but... And the lightsaber fighting looks amazing.
Maul.
Like, look at this lightsaber animation. That does not even look like his lightsaber hilt. That's a different saber hilt for sure. But yeah, this is crazy, man. This freaking lightsaber fight looks so good, dude. I have to take one more look at it. Holy crap, dude. I'm getting chills, dude. Come on. Look at this. You're back in slow-mo. Look at that, dude. I'm sorry. I have to, like... That looks awesome. Looks like there's freaking magma coming off his blade. It actually does look like a sword on fire. Like a lightsaber. Like, you know, like a lightsaber should almost. Some of them kind of look plasticky. Here's... No, they're saying that this guy is a Force user in Maul Shadow Lord. This, not Toy Darian. What am I thinking? He's not a Watto. Yeah, anyway. He flips the car, so there's more Force users in this show, which makes it interesting. There's the cop. He's like, I'm gonna find you, asshole. I'm gonna put you in jail. In the clink, yeah. But there's some more. What is that? Whoa, nobody's seen this yet. I haven't seen anybody talk about this yet. Who are these guys? Oops. And I just oh my god. Okay, I just clicked the back button on my special gamer, my high-speed gamer freaking mouse, so that's great. Okay, I guess it was time to take it off anyway. High-speed gamer mouse here, guys. That's great, man. It just took me off. But yeah, anyway. Let me know who you think those guys are. Am I missing something here? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm missing the lore here. But, yeah. Should we go back to it? Do we have a couple minutes? My daughter she sleeps still. We shall delve into the world of Maul. Let me go back to where I was. Intermission. Is this a good one? Here. I'm gonna find out where we were here. Are you saying you're tired of this, SQ? Alright, me too. Let's take it off. Alright, SQ. Here we go. I found the trailer again. I'm bringing it up now. Bring it on screen. There it is. Okay. Where were we before we so rudely interrupted by my gamer mouse? So, okay. There's that. I can't think of the name of that species right now. I'm not an all-knowing lore knight. I'm just a... Here we go. We got people back from the Clone Wars. There's Mare. These are going to be some cool lightsaber fights, man. Check it out. Oh my god.
Once you dead.
That was cool. But yeah, so we got Darth Talon here. There's another picture. She kind of looks more like her there. What do you think? I don't know. She's missing the tattoos and she's kind of pinkish. Talon was red. Talon looked like Darth Maul, but like a female Twi'lek. There's the detective. Why can't I think of his name? It's cool. Got an Andor vibe there. I don't know if you could see his jacket. That's very Andorish. So it should make some of you guys happy there. He's got the trench coat, you know. But yeah. Holy crap, what's going on this bridge? Look at this bridge. It's covered in stormtroopers and people shooting. See this right here? I don't know if you know anything about tactics in a firefight, but this is not where you want to be. Okay, shooting back at people there. You need to find cover. This is called a fatal funnel. And this just isn't a very smart way to have a firefight there anyway. As a veteran, okay, I'm telling you, do not get into a long range blaster fight on a bridge like this, because that's never gonna end well. Okay, just letting you know. So here's
can be shattered.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good. All right, that's enough. It's not a full trailer breakdown, but I just wanted to talk about it because man, that looks cool. All right, so what do you think? Is there anything else? Oh, I have to do this real quick. We got the segment we do every single week. Thank you for reminding me, SQR3. This is the segment we do every week. It is... Here's the part I was going to talk about, Dave Filoni. Anyway, I have to get to this because this is too important to do. Every week, we do the comment of the week. And whoever leaves kind of the best, like a nice, long, well-thought-out comment, I will read it out every single week on my live stream. So let us find it. I must find it without showing my email. Comment of the week for 127. Yeah, here it is. So, all right. Comment of the week is from my Star Wars Mandoverse is in trouble video, where I talk about obviously the Mandoverse getting the kibosh as of right now. It's not happening. Metalhead 93, hold on. Okay, Metalhead 9315 says, Her dethroned highness, Darth Kennedy, made sure to avoid any and all pre-existing Star Wars material. Remember when she said every one of these movies is particularly hard nut to crack? There's no source material. We don't have comic books or 800-page novels. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that, Metalhead. She was like, well, there's not much to go off of, and we have the entire freaking expanded universe. She ignored almost 400 novels and 1,200 comic books, not to mention 6 seasons of the Clone Wars and 4 seasons of Rebels at the time. one of the first things she did, he's talking about Kathleen Kennedy in case you didn't know that. One of the first things she did when she took over was cancel the Clone Wars. It took 2 years of fans complaining to get season 6 and 6 years to finish it with season 7. Yeah. Everybody was asked. Now that is one thing that the fans asked for, and they gave it because they kept saying, "What the heck? You gotta give us the end of the Clone Wars." I hope that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are able to bring Star Wars back to what it was before. Entertaining. Yes, I agree 100% with that sentiment. I think Jar Jar Kennedy ruined the brand, and now the bigwigs who write the checks are really gun shy. They don't want to pull the trigger on anything big in fear of losing more money. For the hardcore Star Wars fans, see, you're making me say words here that Star Wars fans, the one that knew Rebels, Clone Wars, and Thrawn books, nothing needed to be explained in Ahsoka, like where things were taking place, who the main characters were, and how they tied into other cameos. Yeah. Right, the fans that read all that stuff now and watched all the Clone Wars know how it ties in. Like Zeb and Bo-Katan and that clone trooper from the Mandalorian and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sorry, for the casual Star Wars fan, it was an exact opposite, and that may have had a lot to do with the decline in viewers. Right, because they were expecting people to know what happened both before and after Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? Is that what you're saying? Because a lot of casual fans don't even, maybe they've only seen episode 3 like one time in their lives at the theater, and they're just like, what? Why is he so depressed? What? Who is Anakin? Yeah, I agree. While seasons 1 and 2 of Mando were obviously great, Obi-Wan fell short. Hold on, I have to go to the other page. While seasons 1 and 2 of Mando were obviously great, Obi-Wan fell short story-wise by focusing on a reluctant Inquisitor and his adventure with the young Princess Leia, while she spoke like she had never met with him in A New Hope. I agree. That was dumb. The lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan and Vader included that iconic mask damaging move and partial face reveal that diehard fans recognized was taken from this fight with Ahsoka. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you have to have seen Ahsoka or know like about the face thing, about Vader having his face mask damaged. Like, I don't think you need that reference, but it is like kind of an Easter egg that a lot of real fans would have seen and be like, oh yeah, cool. I lost my place. Face mask damages, yeah. Details like that also killed the momentum, I believe. The Book of Boba Fett did a great job explaining how he survived the Sarlacc pit, but didn't make sense that he didn't want to roll with an iron fist and wanted to be a crime lord. Yeah, dude. I think that was the biggest downfall of the Book of Boba Fett, was that he was trying to like roll justly for some reason. I don't know why. Boba Fett, the absolutely ruthless bounty hunter, no disintegrations this time, guy wants to come out and be like, you know what, I'm gonna rule with justice, and we you know what I mean? Like, it didn't make any sense. People change though, who knows? I like that they explained how Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc pit better than Episode 9 did, explaining how Palpatine came back, which I know that it happened in the EU and everything, but they should have just explained it, which is fine. a clone Palpatine. All they had to say was, "Oh, there was cloners, and they brought a Palpatine version back to life. It's not the Palpatine, but it's a zombie version." You know, that would have made more sense to me. What do you think, though? Yeah, that didn't make any sense. To be a criminal means to be ruthless, not benevolent. Also turning into Mando Season 2 by dedicating... also turning the Book of Boba Fett into Mando Season 2 by dedicating the last 3 episodes to someone other than the main character was a mistake. I agree there. Other than the main character was... I can't deny that watching Mando and Boba Fett fighting back-to-back wasn't awesome. Dude, that was awesome. That was one of the best parts of the show. And seeing him get his N1 Starfighter was pretty badass too. Yeah, I thought that was a great choice for Mando. It was really cool. Like, all of us like the N1 Starfighter, obviously. It's very slick looking, very good looking. Do we have a guest? No, we don't. But yeah, the N1 Starfighter was cool. Why are they bringing the Razor Crest back for the movie though? I still haven't really gotten into that to try to figure that out. Why is there why is his ship that was destroyed in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie? Somebody tell me in the comments, because I haven't looked it up yet. Let me know what you think. But okay, so let's get through the rest of this comment of the week here. But that could have been better placed in season 3. With Emperor Kennedy out of the way now, I hope that Star Wars can get back on track. After all, rebellions are built on hope. Great video, Mad Guy. May the Force be with you. Thank you. May the Force be with you as well, Metalhead. Thank you for that comment of the week. And yeah, this guy here, Metalhead, knows that has hope for Star Wars, and was obviously let down, like a lot of us were. But hey, there's still hope, man. Come on. A lot of the people that I get like a comment from, though, like especially the short comments, I'll look. I'll be like, oh, what's this? Another comment on YouTube. Oh, great. This is garbage. Star Wars is dead. It's like, great, thank you. That's wonderful. Thanks. That's helpful. No, man. We gotta look at. We have to be hopeful. Yeah, and I do appreciate that comment. If you want your comment read on the comment of the week next week, let me know. Just put underneath the comment, because I read them all. Even the mean ones. I even read the mean ones. Put, hey, comment of the week here, and I will read it. And we will be doing this for sure. I'll be doing this next week. I've been doing it on Tuesdays, which I've been getting a good... I like Tuesdays because a lot of people can come and join the stream chat on Tuesdays, but I might have to do it Monday next week. I don't know. We'll see. I might alternate the stream dates. I might say, Monday one week, Tuesday the next. We'll see. Either way, most people watch on the replay. So if you're watching on the replay, thanks. And don't forget to share this video out with somebody who wants to talk some Star Wars. I need more comments of the week to go through, because I like to see where your head's at, I like to see where you are as a Star Wars fan. And we'll go from there. So I think that was everything we were going to talk about today. Yeah. One more thing. Hold on. I have to show this, because I saw this and it was like a blast from the past. Are you kidding me? Dude, look at this. I'm bringing it full screen. Did you have this as a kid? I did. I had that chair as a kid, man. Play my Super Nintendo Star Wars on that. It was a blow up chair. In case you don't know, that's what we had back in the 90s. That's the Star Wars merch you'd get, man. You're just sitting on Darth Maul's lap. Now that I think back about it, it's like, what? Why are we sitting on Darth Maul's lap? But yeah, it was kind of cool to see that. It was like a memory trigger for me. I was like, whoa, I remember that. That was cool. Yeah. I don't know if you had that too, but that was the Darth Maul. Speaking of Darth Maul, that was the chair we always used to sit on in the 90s and watch Star Wars. You know, I guess 90s, at the end of the 90s. It would have been the early 2000s by then. Phantom Menace came out in 99. But yeah, we were all sitting in Darth Maul's lap back then, guys. That's probably why we're so messed up now. You know, they had us doing stuff like this. I thought it was cool, though, to see that again. So if there's nothing else, I'm not going to go through that today. We're not talking about that. Enough drama for tonight. But what is that? That's for a different stream. Blast points. What is this? That's funny. QVC mask. Yeah, that's it though. Oh, here's this. I'm on the hunt for this, guys, because I'm a Star Wars action figure collector. I'm on the hunt for the new Maul Shadow Lord action figure. Which that's the art for it, but I know it's out there somewhere. I must find it. I must quest to a far land called Tarjay and find this Darth Maul action figure. I will have it by next stream. We already talked about all this. So yeah, okay. Well, I gotta go get my baby girl up. It's about that time. She's up, so that means stream's over, guys. Thank you for joining me today, though. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out, saying hi in the chat. You know, it's cool. It's nice to talk to you. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more stuff happening this week. I'm sure a lot more is going to happen because it's been going on constantly in the news cycle, and I'll be putting out videos as it comes out, keeping you updated and talking about the cool stuff coming out there. But oh, one more thing before we go. My dad did this. Check this out. I always show off a piece of Star Wars art on every stream, so I wanted to show this week before I forgot. My dad sent this to me. Look at that. Of course, the artist of Sam J. Jones Saves the Galaxy and Water Zombies and Back to the Future. He did this. Look at that, man. I know it's hard to see, but it's a 4K camera. You should be able to see it. But there's Chewie, Han, Luke, and Leia. And it's an ink. It's a nice ink piece there. Comic book art. Very cool. It did kind of remind me of the holiday special a little bit, which is cool. Everybody, and not the holiday special like the movie part, but the animated part, you know. Got some Kirby Crackle on there. I'll show you close up. Can you see that? There it is. Chewie, Han, Leia, and Luke. He's like, yeah, I'm here. R2. Very cool, though. And I would like to color this. Talking about some Star Wars art here. But I was like, I'm definitely going to show this off on the next stream. But, yeah. There's a little porg down there. He was like, what's a small, insignificant creature in Star Wars that people hate? Because I'm going to have Chewie step on it. And I was like, probably a porg. I don't mind the porgs, though, for real. But that's that. So that's going up on my wall there. That's pretty cool, though. Yeah, he sent this to me. So, yeah. I was excited to get that. But let me know what you think. And, yeah. I'll be back with you Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. But just be ready for the call. Because it could be next Monday or next Tuesday that we come out, and there's going to be a lot more news, I'm sure, to go over. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and the bell so that you know whenever the next episode starts. Thanks for watching today, and have a great week, and I will see you next time.